would defeat the purpose of getting the hair in the first place. It seemed the only foolproof way of getting hair growing back out of my head was to get someone to cut me open and plant it in there. One of America's top transplant surgeons, Dr. Feller, was in Britain touting for business. I took my head to meet him. I also took a photo of Britain's most notorious comb-over to see what he was capable of.
Wow, now that is a comb-over. Now who is that fooling? He's taken his long temple hair like you have, grew it real long, then he threw it over the top. He probably has enough to build a hairline here conservatively and reconnect the sides, and then just throw his hair back like I do. And that would look a whole lot better than this.
So there's hope for Bobby.
Bobby's got hope.
If there was hope for Sir Bobby, surely there was hope for me.
Show me what it is you want me to do.
One, a Beatles haircut mop top. I'll be able to brush my fringe out of my hair there. And be able to be in a band and running a 10-kilometre race.
Running a 10-kilometre...
As I flip my hair out of...
Oh, wow, that's pretty lofty goal there. Now, when I'm looking at you, specifically, I'm noticing that you have a large number of gaps and spaces running throughout the donor area. That's a bad signal to me. You have some options, but you have to understand that the hairs that I take from the back of your head and put on the top of your head, their chances of growing in the first place are now decreased, because they're weaker.
So I could technically have a transplant and then it'd still fall out anyway?
Yes. And the thing that most young men will weigh out is, well, maybe it's good just to have a little more hair for the next 5 years. You know, maybe I'll get married, maybe I'll reach, a goal I want to reach, and you may opt to take the shot.
I was already so bored that I only had a shot at what amounted to a backward comb-over. That would set me back about £7,000. That might only last 5 years, but then again it might attract me a wife. I needed more convincing. I wanted to see the handsome devils he had produced, but sadly, even though the hotel was teeming with the doctor's past and potentially future clients, only one would talk to me, and only then with the aid of my cunning disguise.
With a modern transplant, you can't tell. I mean, it looks so natural nowadays that I'm not afraid that anyone can spot it as a hair transplant.
Is it giving you more confidence, do you think?
Yes, I think it has, yeah.
But you don't, how do you feel about it? You don't feel ashamed about it?
Well, I do really. I suppose it's not something I like to admit publicly that I've had a hair transplant.
My friend might have been ashamed, but behind the disguise his transplant was actually pretty convincing. But there were still two problems.